What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here with a review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3 finale, episode number 12, titled Full Circle. I wonder why Mona. I mean, they gave us more episodes this season than the second season, and the first season. I mean, it's weird how they do Miami. I mean, Miami ain't the best, but I enjoy Miami a little bit more than I do. I've enjoyed Miami this season more than I have the last two seasons, and I definitely enjoyed it more than I have in New York and Hollywood combined, especially Hollywood. Last season of Hollywood, I hated every moment of it. But let's go ahead and just jump into this episode review, you guys. Alright, you guys, so I want to start up this episode talking about 3GW minus 1. Because we didn't really see Chameleon in this episode, and we saw Hood and Pratt, and we saw Sookie. So let's just talk about Sookie real quick. There are two things that I want to talk about with Sookie. So Sookie, I don't know, I stumbled upon this on my Twitter page. So Sookie, you guys know, like on Love at the Lockup, that we talked about the fact that Lacey, she has an OnlyFans page. Well, I just found out that Sookie has one as well, and no judgment there, absolutely no judgment at all. But you have a daughter, and again, I'm not judging. I'm just thinking like, wow, one day your child's gonna be able to, Google Sookie, and she gonna find some of this stuff that you might not be too proud of. And for right now, it doesn't seem that Sookie, and I'm not saying that she should be ashamed or embarrassed about it, but god damn, how do you explain it to your child that mommy was busting it wide open for a dude for money? Again, I'm not judging it, not judging it at all. Don't believe that I am judging it, because I'm not. It's weird. And then in this episode, we saw her with her kids, and her daughter is a spitting image of her, beautiful little girl, and her son is a handsome little man, young man as well. But no, the thing that I had the issue, and I didn't have an issue with, I was just confused. Like, damn, you gonna have to eat with your kids like that? Like I'm not even tripping about the crop top. It was the coochie cutter pants. I'm like, god damn. Okay, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But, I mean, that would embarrass me. I mean, as a kid, that would embarrass me. I'd be like, ooh. People ask me, is that your mama? Nope. I don't even know who that is. When you come to the school, don't even park in front of the building. You park hella far, and I will walk to the car. Because you ain't finna embarrass me. But we also find out that her kids are living in Atlanta with her grandmother while she's out in Miami trying to pursue her dreams. Nothing's wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't see too much wrong with that. I'm more receptive to Sookie than I am to Akbar V, because Akbar V has a lot of fucking kids. Sookie has 2 kids. And we do see that Sookie is working. So I'm not gonna come down too hard on Sookie, because Sookie is in Miami, trying to focus on her music, but at the same time she is still working. With Akbar, we don't know what the fuck Akbar is doing. Don't care what Akbar is doing, to be quite honest with you. This is not Atlanta. But I'm more receptive to Sookie than I am to Akbar. Sookie also did say on her this video that she did about her OnlyFans page, bitch said she made $20,000. I'm like, damn, 20 G's? Sign me up. Seriously, sign me up. Damn. Shit. So then let's move over to Hood Brat. So Kenny comes. I think that was Hood Brat's job that Kenny came to. So Kenny now had a change of heart. Remember before he told Hood Brat that he didn't feel like it was really relevant for him to tell her that he was married. I was thinking to myself then, yes, it is relevant. I mean, you give me the option of saying, hey, I want to be with you even though you are married. I'm gonna say no, I'm not gonna do that. And Hood Brat's like, well, I thought we needed some time apart, which I agree with Hood Brat. And he says that he's not in a marriage, but he is, still married to his wife. That's the same fucking difference. Unless you guys are going through a divorce, you legally separated, you are still in a marriage. And he did say he handled things wrong, and he apologized to Hood Brat, and I believed him. And she tells him that was basically a slap in her face, and I understand what she meant like that. Like, goddamn, to find out in a text message that you're married, that's fucked up. Like that's some fucked up shit, to be quite honest with you. But I don't know what's gonna happen with Hood, Brad, and Kenny, but we'll see. We will see at the reunion mostly. But let's move on. All right, you guys. So next up, I want to talk about Primadonna meeting up with Tip. This doesn't really flow into my next segment, so I'm just gonna do this as a standalone. So we saw, like I said, Primadonna and Tip, they met up. So Tip wants to talk to Primadonna about the situation that happened at Sookie's event, where she and Amara got into it with one another, and now Primadonna's trying to downplay the whole situation. Like, make it make sense to me. Why are you trying to downplay this shit? You facilitated this crap. You were behind this. So why are you now trying to say that, oh, Amara is playing the victim? Do I believe that Amara was playing the victim? Not at all. Do I think Amara may have put 20 on 10? Just a little bit, but not that much, because you did do some fucked up shit to her. Because you invited Amara out to lunch. You didn't tell Amara that, Annie was coming to lunch. Now, if you and Amara was working on a friendship, you could have said, yo, Amara, I'm inviting this girl, Annie, to lunch with us. Oh, and by the way, Annie is also MJ's ex. Now, one thing that Primadonna did say that I did agree with is the fact that Amara was looking for an out, no matter what. And she's also saying that, she don't believe that Annie said anything that gave Amara, she didn't say anything that was damning or damaging. I'm like, yes, she did. She mirrored her life onto Amara, because she told the fact that, she was with MJ, she took care of him, he didn't want to get a job. Amara is living the same situation. So yes, she did say something that struck a chord in Amara's brain. Now, again, do I think that Amara just literally took that and ran with it? 100% yes. But Annie did say some stuff that made Amara look at herself and be like, you know what? I'm living this woman's life. I don't want to be like this woman. He never got a job with this woman. This woman lost her money. I'm not losing no money. So yes, she did say something. Like, I just didn't understand nothing that Primadonna was just trying to put it all on Amara. You got to take some blame in this as well. Yes, Amara has a part in this, but Primadonna, you got to take some blame in this. And then she talks about her wig. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. Because yours ain't the best look. Yours is not the best. Yours is not the best. But, and then, she's talking about she didn't owe Amara nothing about letting her know about Annie. Yes, you did. How would you feel if somebody that you getting cool with brings another woman from your husband's past? Like, oh, you know what? This is your husband's ex-girlfriend. She says that your husband did her this and this and that. How the hell would you feel? You would be pissed off and you would be ready to fight the chick. Keep it real, Primadonna. I see why Jocelyn don't like your ass. Let's move on. All right, guys, so let's move over to Trick and Trina. So Trick and Trina have this new radio show down there in Miami. I think that they replaced the Ricky Smiley morning show in that market, I believe. I'm not quite sure. It was either Ricky Smiley or it was, what's that other guy's name? Damn, what is his name? I used to listen to him. Tom Joyner. It's one of those two. I don't remember which they replaced, but they replaced one of those two. So, Trick wants to celebrate this whole thing for him and Trina by having a launch party. So then, Trina thanks Trick for coming out to the Bahamas and being, there to support her, cooking for the family. The family loved his cooking. You know what? If I ever go to Miami, that is one place that I want to stop by. Is Trick's place to try out his food. So she asked him, like, what happened between you and Joy? Because, Joy started crying at one point. And he tells her that, he feels like Joy holds on to the past. But he did, she said, he said that Joy felt like he never apologized to her for anything that he's ever done. So he apologized to her. She's like, you apologized to her? He said, yeah, I did. So then we do see Joy. So Joy went over to Trick's house with one of their friends. Her name, she goes. Well, actually, she went over there with some, I think it might have been some kale and some spinach. I'm not quite positive. I didn't, and then some fruit. And so she wants Trick to take better care of himself. I agree with that. Trick definitely needs to take better care of himself. So then she brings in a friend. Their friend's name is AJ Johnson, who's a nutritionist. So, Trick is being stubborn. He doesn't want to hear what they talking about. He not thinking about it. I'm like, Trick, you should think about it. Like, I mean, there might not be a particular cure for lupus, but you can maintain a healthy lifestyle in order to prolong your life. Look at Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton has lupus. Tony looks good. Like, looks damn good. She might not feel good all the time, but Tony looks 100% good. I don't know what she's doing, but whatever she's doing, Trick could, could learn from it. So, with this, the nutrition was talking, AJ, she was talking to them. And, I tweeted this and I got a few tweets back saying, nah, that ain't what it is. I was like, I'm like, Joy still loves Trick. And, like I said, I got a few tweets saying, no, she don't love him. She cares about him, but she's not in love with Trick. I'm like, yes, she is. I'm like, look at that. That woman, because she broke down, because she's talking about their kids, his kids, her step kids, and they're godchildren, and she just feels that Trick doesn't take anything seriously. And I'm like, if you just look at Joy, just look at her. Joy is breaking down because, deep down, and I get it. Excuse me, y'all. I can understand why people would feel that Joy is not in love with Trick because Trick has done some fucked up shit to Joy over the years. So I'm not, especially on this show. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I can understand it if she didn't still love him, but beneath that hurt that Joy feels for her from Trick, she still loves that man. You can't tell me otherwise. So then we do see the launch party, and I'm just like, wow, is it just a cast party? But there were other people there, but I'm like, wow, this is just a cast party. So then we hear, Trick thanks everybody for coming out, and Trina announces that her album is coming back. I looked for it last night. I didn't see that album, so I don't know when the album's coming back. Let us know, Trina. So then we see Shay Francine, Frinsky, Bucky Johnson. She wants to talk to Primadonna about Annie. And, once again, Primadonna just putting this on Amara, talking about Amara's looking for a way out. Shay agrees that she was looking for a way out, and I'm gonna once again agree, say yes. Amara was definitely looking for a way out. But, Primadonna, own up to your shit. You played a factor in this whole situation. Once again, what did I say a few minutes ago? That woman was mirroring Amara's life. Amara was looking at Annie and she was looking at herself in the mirror. Because he played that woman, he didn't work, he wanted to focus on his music. It's just a little bit different at this point with Amara. With Amara, she has her career, he's mooching off of her, and he ain't getting no job to help her. So it's the same situation, just different. Like, what the fuck? And then we see Trick, he's talking to Briscoe. Briscoe ultimately telling Trick that he wants his old lady back and that she's willing to give him a chance. So then we see Shay Francine, Frinsky, Bucky Johnson, she's talking to Amara. And, she tells her that, she's talked to her brother and that he feels that it's hope, but he also feels like there's more to this situation than just the Annie shit. And I'm like, you think? Get a job, bum? And, she says, Amara says, well, I wanted some space time apart from him so I can figure things out. And Shay was like, it's okay if you, want to, go off and be with somebody else who's, more financially stable, more this, more that. That's definitely understandable. But tell my brother that. I'm like, and, she's talking about, but, my brother is doing this. He's doing this and doing that. And I tweeted this. Now, I don't know the exact quote in the Bible, but I do know that it says, a man that don't work, don't eat. This nigga ain't working. So this nigga should not be eating off of another woman. And I got a response back, and this that line doesn't work. That doesn't work in this new era. Completely true. It doesn't work in this era. Now, thank God for me. Well, I'm not gonna say thank God for me, but you know, when I was growing up, my grandmother and my mom, my grandmother, we went to church every Sunday. Me and my mom did too. But my mom, and because I used when I stayed with my grandmother, we would walk around the corner to her church because her church is literally around the corner from her house. And then when my mom, we went to our church. When I was with my mom on Sunday, we went to our church. So I grew up in the church, and my grandmother and my mom always taught me, don't depend on nobody else to do anything for you. Don't live off of anybody else. And that old saying. And even as I got older, when I used to talk, when I had my first few jobs, and I was just be like, man, I love working and I love making money, but damn, this ain't what I want to do. And then, my grandmother told me that saying. I'm like, okay, whatever. Cause I have some family members that, I have a cousin that lived with my grandmother and didn't do shit for a long time. Well, he really couldn't do something. He couldn't do much because he was fresh out of prison, so I'm not gonna shade him too much. But yeah, come on, like what the fuck? I just don't understand. I don't understand how Shay can sit there. Girl, if he's shit, let him move in with you. The fuck? So then we see Joy. She pulls Trick to the side. She wants to talk to Trick. And she tells him that, she's been doing some thinking. And, if they can stay on the path that they are on right now and, make things work out, then there's a possibility that those two can get back together. I'm like, boom, I was right. Joy still has feelings for Trick. So then we see Tip. Nope. So we see Amara. And Amara wants to talk to MJ. And then she and Primadonna get into it with each other. I'm like, what did y'all get into it about? I was sitting there like, why did Primadonna throw the drink in her face? And Amara got all big and buck in the chest. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This makes no sense to me. But that was it. And then, Primadonna gonna blurt out the fact that Julian and Amara fucked. Do I believe that? 50% of me believes it. 50%. And the other 50% of me does not believe it. Because I really don't care. But you guys, let's move on to the closing. Alright, you guys, and then the closing. Now, the closings of Love and Hip Hop Miami was weird this season. These were some interesting closing. So we see Amara. So Amara's talking about how she's just going to go forward with her life and listen to herself, and nobody else from the outside is going to affect her and her career. Now, I did see on social media that she has a new single out. I might go check it out. We see Hood Brat. So Hood Brat is just moving on up in her life and in her career. She went to visit her sister's grave because, she feels like she's in a good spot in her life right now. I have to say that I do agree with her that she is in a good spot right now. I think Love and Hip Hop Miami is going to really help Hood Brat in the long run. I hope so. Because I think Hood Brat is really talented. And I would love to hear more music from Hood Brat. Briscoe is working on his family. And also with Briscoe, I would love to hear more music from him as well. Trina, you guys, with Trina is just trying to put the pieces of her life together without her mother. I understand wholeheartedly what Trina's going through. I wish Trina nothing but the best. Joy and Trick, they are working on their relationship with one another. And, who knows what the future holds for those two. Sookie is, still, out here working, hustling, and grinding, and doing what is best for she and her family. And hopefully, at some point, she'll be at the top of the charts, riding on tour buses. And, you guys, that is the end of Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3. So next up is the reunion that is hosted by Claudia Jordan. I'm really interested to see how this goes. But you guys, like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else, and I will see you guys later. And also share this video. Peace out, you guys.